Hi, Kerry here. Welcome to Moon in Libra. I'm going to do just a very quick reading today on the energies around the new moon. It's the 9th of July 2021 and we've got a new moon in Cancer now. And I just want to do a really quick reading because I have a speed awareness course that I have to attend in about half an hour. But I really wanted to get this reading in before I do that. So it's just going to be, as I say, a very quick reading, but I do want to try and do it, even if it's just a small reading, for all of the new moons and full moons and portals that come up. So where to start? I'm being drawn to a new deck, Dragon Wisdom deck. I only got this yesterday, so it's not a deck that I've used apart from yesterday. I drew a card from it. So we'll start with the dragons and see what the dragons have to say about this new moon and what the energies are for this new moon coming in. I've got some idea. I've got a couple of things that I've had kind of in my head this morning, which I won't go into unless it actually comes up in the reading. Okay, companions. Okay, I feel like I'm being guided to actually talk about what I wanted to talk about, because my friend, a good friend of mine, Roxanne, who's an energy worker herself, has been saying for a while, I would say over the last week or so, that the energies have been quite slow lately. It's like we're being guided to rest at the moment, because Roxanne's been feeling like we're going to be propelled forward very quickly after this new moon. And I was thinking about the energy of a propeller, and it pushes water or air backwards in order to move you forward. So I think the energy that we're in at the moment is to kind of, it's like a review, a reflection and a review energy, and it's not time to be pushing forward and striving too hard at the moment. It's time to be kind of allowing the energies that have been building up over the last few months to actually now integrate, and what we've been working towards to actually begin to integrate and be grounded into our lives and into the energies. And when you think of a propeller, once it starts moving really fast and you start moving quickly, things really, start happening fast. But before that energy comes into it, it's really slow and it needs to pick up speed. And I feel like at the moment we're in that sort of energy where things are beginning to move forwards. We're starting out on perhaps, or completing things that have that we've been working on, and now beginning to think about, okay, what's coming up next for us. But we're not in that full speed ahead energy yet. But like I say, my friend Roxanne has been saying for a while that she feels soon the collective energy is very much going to be propelling everybody forward quite fast. But it doesn't mean that you have to overreach. It doesn't mean that you have to strive yourself, because the energies are going to propel you. So at the moment you don't need to be striving too hard, you don't need to be pushing too hard. It's that sort of, Amanda Ellis described it as a meandering energy, and it's just kind of allowing things to happen. It's moving forwards very slowly and steadily, and allowing yourself to take time out to just review, reflect, rest and recuperate at the moment. Decision. We've got the card, it says decision, but the energy that I'm picking up from this dragon, he's in, if you look at the background, he's in like a stony setting. So I just feel like this is the sort of grounded energy that we're needing at the moment. he's surrounded by rocks, and it's like a solid sort of energy. And if you look at him, he's very he's got a very earthy feel about him, this dragon. So I feel like at the moment the energies are very grounded, and it's a good time for seeking out solidity is the word that's coming to me. Okay, sorry, my phone stopped recording. I've had to delete some videos off it. Okay, so I'm going to ask Ganesha about the new moon in Cancer energies that are around right now, please. Decision. Oh my goodness, this word's come up twice. We've got the card of decision from the dragons and decision from Ganesha. So perhaps there is going to be a decision, a choice that we need to make. Maybe there's going to be some of us that need to choose, be decisive. Drive. Okay, so Ganesha is being driven by the rats. He's moving forward. He's beginning to move forward. So concentration. And at the bottom we've got spiritual practice. Yeah, this decision coming up twice. Perhaps it is a time to, maybe there's some things that need to be mulled over, and a choice to be made, decisions to be made. And then we've got the card of drive. See, this is the last one that I was expecting to come out. I was expecting the steadfast card or something telling us to be grounded, to take it easy. But no, we've got Ganesha being driven forward by the rats, and his little mouse with the whip telling the rats to move on and push forward. Again, we've got the rat in this card. And the word concentration, focus, drive. And the reminder from Ganesha to maintain your spiritual practice. Okay, I'm going to read a bit from the book on this drive card, because it's saying it's a great time to lighten your load or simplify your life. You may have had a tendency to overextend yourself or overcommit. Cut back on your schedule so you can zero in on something that you are called to do. So while the card is an image of Ganesha being driven forward, the advice in the book is to actually cut back. I've been cooking the last couple of days in the kitchen, and I've realised that I always cook on full heat, and it's like I just want to get it done. I just, I want the meal to be cooked and ready as quick as possible. And the last couple of days I've heard the words turn down the heat, so I've turned down the heat on my food and just let it cook a lot slower. And I've just found the actual cooking experience a lot more pleasant, allowing the food to kind of just, I made a stew as well. One of the things that I cooked was a stew. So it's about letting leaving the food in the pan. I had the pan filled quite high to the top, so I couldn't let it bubble too much because it was all spilling over the edge of the pan. So I just had to turn down the heat a little bit and just let it stew, just leave it to stew for a little bit longer. And it turned out a really lovely meal. So turning down the heat a little bit, not pushing as hard, not overstretching yourself, and just kind of focusing in on that energy of the propeller just as it's beginning to set in motion, when it's nice and slow and it's allowing the energy to build up of its own accord, and not trying to push forwards too soon, and remembering to commit to your spiritual practice and actually work with these energies as well. Ganesh has given us a nod to concentration, focusing on what it is we're going to be doing, but not allowing, not jumping ahead of ourselves, basically. And these decision cards, perhaps there's going to be something, a choice to make, opportunity to make. So we're being guided to be decisive, to be grounded in our decisions as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there because I've got to get ready for this speed awareness course, and my daughter's just come down. So okay, thanks for watching. Bye.